Welcome back, friends. I wanted to go over with you my experience adding a protective elastomeric coating to the roof of my 5-year-old camper and the process that I went through to do that. There are videos on the internet by some of the RV companies on how to do that. Nothing using this specific product. I did find this product to be pretty simple to use, and therefore I wanted to share it with you. Basically, you go through a process of cleaning the roof first with a roof cleaner. I found I didn't want to use a power washer on mine, so what I did is found a product that would spray on and wipe off with a mop and a bucket of water. That worked really well, and you can see in the video, and not quite true to life how blindingly bright that whole process was on a sunny day, but you do want to do it on a sunny day where you're going to have a string of days together where your roof won't get wet. Being that I reside in a river valley, it's always wet at night. However, I found it to be pretty easy to use. Anybody can do it. At some point I'll go over the ladder that I had purchased. It's a collapsible ladder that I bought off Amazon. It's fairly terrifying to use, and I'm going to replace it this year, 2018, with a new ladder. But I hope you enjoy the video, and if you have any questions, you can put them in the comments. And we'll see you soon. And I do talk a little bit, just some stuff I was thinking about at the time as I'm mopping the roof. A lot of it retains or pertains to just different RV lifestyle and what it's like to kind of live outside of the mainstream, referred to by a few people as, you know, the Matrix. So you're outside of that common rat race kind of life. So that's in here too, a little bit of comment on that, and I'll probably do that throughout because, you know, it gets kind of boring sitting around talking about scraping crap off a rooftop. So hope you enjoy the video. Thank you. Alrighty, we are up here on top of the RV. Been cleaning the roof. I'm gonna put a rubber sealant on it tomorrow. I'm using rubber roof cleaner from Camping World. It's Protect All brand. It's a little cheaper than the name brand. Hopefully it's all the same stuff. Had this camper a year. It was 5 years old when I got it last year. Looks to be in pretty good shape. I don't see anything it looked like it ever leaked. It has some repairs up here on top where there may have been some weak spots. Somebody went crazy with caulking up here on this corner. So I'm going to clean her up. But there's a difference right here. Spray it on, mop it off. The more you change water in your mop bucket, the better, the cleaner it seems to get. Obviously, I think that makes perfect sense there. And anyway, up here at the Cozy Traveler, here at camp. Project number 1 here. Composting toilet is in, and solar sitting down here. It's not hooked up because I have power, and that's about it. It's a little windy out here. I don't know if there's wind noise or not. I've been watching a guy hiking the Appalachian Trail, being that I do some hiking and stuff, section hike some parts of the trail. A guy called Early Riser 71. Highly recommend it. Interesting fella. Obviously, you know, military-minded, military background. Dunk in the bucket here. Yeah, it's pretty interesting talking about what he calls the Matrix, which is sort of a 9-to-5 suburban rush, the quote normal life rush that goes on. And obviously I understand that to a certain extent because I don't necessarily live in the Matrix all the time. I do in the winter. And yep, him and Darwin on the trail. Also very interesting guy. Talked about how the Appalachian Trail ruined his life. Jokingly, when you spend a lot of time outside, start doing a lot of trail time or outdoor trips, biking or climbing, even working outside the parks or working national forests, you find it's really really hard to fit back in ever. And obviously I guess I fall into that category. I've managed to have a job with a suit and tie, and that worked out really awesome. That's why I work at a campground and ski resort. I love being outside. I love the people that are associated with it. Anyway, so there's the cleaning process right there. A little bit of mop and scrub and rinse and repeat. Took a couple hours, trying to take my time, doing it as right as possible, trying to intercede lazy with meticulous. So that's all for now. Maybe tomorrow when we've got some rubber roofing on it, we'll talk some more about that exciting process. I got the Kool Seal open. We're gonna need to do us some mixing. Wind is blowing, I don't have the mic hooked up. Sorry about that. I'm gonna mix for a while and get back at you here. Cleaned off the gutter edges this morning. If I can wrap this around the whole edge of the top. Hopefully I can get 2 coatings out of 2 gallons, or mostly 2 gallons. Beautiful day out here. Couldn't ask for more. Campers in storage going into their spots here shortly. Solar panel, gotta move that real quick. That's all. Alright, got a little bit on here. I'm hoping a gallon will be enough to do 1 coat, and then come back tomorrow and get another coat. It's excessively bright putting white rubber paint on a white roof on a sunny day. It's very warm, the wind's blowing. Painting with a paintbrush around some of these things. My detail work is, well, I'm not going into any kind of fancy car restoration soon. A little bit of gutter there. I tried to clean it out. It's got a little water in it from this morning. A lot of dew. Alright. Day 2 of roof recoat. There is my WeBoost directional antenna. I'll probably talk about that at some later date. Good stuff right there. Boosted my cell phone signal. So this is the first coat. Some patches. Rolling over here just past the air conditioner. I did about 3/4 of the roof on the other side. There's a bee stuck in it already. Went on pretty thick today. Just gonna lay it on thick. I have a gallon and about 1/4 left. I've been using the old one. A little bit of vegetation up here, a little vegetable action in the rubber, but otherwise it seemed to dry pretty well. Freaked out last night because sure enough, rain sprinkles in the area. A little wind noise today. I don't have the microphone hooked on. Roof looks pretty good. Yeah, that's about it. That's my super duper update. Have my redneck, not to be offended, don't want to offend anyone, but redneck meaning just kind of did it to make it work, and I'm not as worried about it looking fancy there on top of that vent, just to prevent a little bit more radiation getting in. Same thing, I'm going to hit the skylight with another color. It looks really special on the inside with the paint strokes, so hopefully no one besides me or the family using the shower area will be horrified at my lovely work. That it's all function, preserving the RV for as long as possible. I do owe money on it, so I want to make sure I can turn it off to the next person in a few years in good condition, and they can deal with it. It's a good thing. Coleman Mach is the air conditioner up here. On the other side, on both sides, there's drains, and they're somewhere up here in the front. When I first got this last year, I walked in and I had water dripping out of the ceiling, making a puddle on the floor. Got up on the roof and realized the drains were plugged. It's a little round drain, plastic cap on it. Had a hole in it about the size of it was the size of a hanger, because I used a hanger to poke through the hole, clean it out. The water would then drain. It kept clogging up, so I finally got angry, and you can barely get under there. There's no clearance. It's maybe a 1/4 inch if you're lucky, and it sits back in the back. So I got in there with a wood chisel and cut the other one open, cut the plastic, and made a nice big hole in it. It drains fine. Haven't had a problem since then. But that is the update up here on the roof. There's the vent for the toilet and the sink. I put a composting style unit in. I'll do some info on that later. And that's about it. Down here in this valley, I get no phone signal hardly at all. I do get LTE here. It's supposed to be the right angle for the towers up north of me, about 8 miles. And no internet by Wi-Fi. It's all satellite here. So a little bit old school, but peace of mind can be worth a lot as far as just enjoying what you do. That's about it. And this is this segment updated here, and back again. Okay, we're checking back up here. Just climbed up to check her out. Been dry for probably 4 hours. Pretty happy with the results. The nasty canopy needs to be washed. I'm going to hit it with the RV sealant, and I may actually get up here tomorrow again. I've got a bottle of, it's a protectant, like a UV protectant that has a silicone of some sort in it, like a slippery surface. After this dries, I might put that on just to give a little bit more protection from sun beating on it, but the surface is pretty good. It's thick. Everything's dried up pretty nicely. A little texture to it that was left by the roller, but otherwise looks pretty good. Pretty happy with it. Maybe I won't lay in bed and be freaking out that my roof's leaking when it's raining, then I'm going to be ruining my investment that isn't quite paid for. Something I did notice that I'm not real happy with the construction was the front end here. When I did tow it down here a couple of years ago, last spring, a year ago, I thought the front end looked funny. It was pushing the front end. There really isn't any structure up here. So there's really no structure in the front of this thing. The next cross piece is down a little ways down the corner there, so it kind of pushes it in when you tow it. So that's kind of a weak point there. But everything else looked pretty good on the roof. Just painted the living snot out of everything up here. Still have a little left, so I guess I can come touch up if I need to. But like I said, looks good. I'm happy. Man, it's gorgeous out here. Sunset, breeze blowing through, trees are blooming. I can look at this every night when the sun goes down. I mean, you know, there are worse ways, I think. All right, well, I gotta go to the bank and put a payment on the camper tonight. Caribou Dave, out.